All right. I'm going back live one more time. One more time. One more time. Anybody out there to check in? Are we there to check in? Anybody out there to check in? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey, I'm just here for a little while. Just want to give you a little update on what's going on. Uh, I'm Bernard Watts. You're tuned in to the Sports Talk with B Watts Entertainment. And right now, we're going to talk about the offensive coordinator that Coach Prime has hired. That's Pat Sherman. Remember, Pat Sherman is a former NFL head coach. Pat Sherman used to be a head coach for the New York Giants. And he's the former offensive coordinator of the Denver Broncos. Recently, Coach Prime rounded out his Colorado coaching staff by bringing in Robert Leviston as the defensive coordinator, and he's sticking with Coach Sherman, Pat Sherman, to oversee the offense. In addition to that, Coach Prime added Phil Loho to revamp a shaking offensive line. Jason Phillip will be the coach. They're working with the wide receivers. And Vincent Danson will be moving from analyst to assistant coach for the outside linebackers. And you know they got Brent Baltimore will be moving from the wide receivers to tight ends. Colorado Coach Prime coming off a 4-8 season and 1 year under Sanders, and they moving from the Pac-12 to the Big 10. So that's gonna be exciting. Excuse me. Leviston has been given the task to shore up the defense at that surrender 34 points a game. He spent 8 years on a coaching staff in Cincinnati, including six last six overseeing the safeties. Last 6 years, he was overseeing the safeties there. His experience on the college level involved being defensive quality control at Furman in 2010 and at Vanderbilt the following season. Pat Sherman, who is the offensive coordinator, will be primarily the play caller this season for the Buffalo after being promoted from analyst to the offensive coordinator last year in the midst of a team struggle. He shared the role with the former offensive coordinator Sean Lewis, who left to become a head coach for San Diego State. Pat Sherman is 58 years old. He spent a good portion of his coaching career in the NFL with a role that ranged from tight end coach to the offensive coordinator and to a head coach. He was in charge of the Cleveland Browns from 2011 to 2012, along along serving as the interim coach in Philadelphia in 2015. He also was the head coach for the New York Giants in 2018 and 2019. Hey, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, help me get my numbers up. I sure appreciate that. And he was the head coach in the New York Giants from 18 to 19. In addition to that, he had a stint with St. Louis Rams, Minnesota Vikings, and the Denver Broncos. Sherman run the offense that feature will be running an offense that features Shedeur Sanders, who's coming off a season in which he threw for a school record 3,230 yards despite missing the final season with a fractured bone in his back. Sanders will be able to he'll be ready. The quarterback will be ready, according to the Associated Press. He'll be ready for spring practice, which begins March the 18th. Pat Sherman is looking to come and dominate. I mean, when I say dominate, dominate the Big 12. Pat Sherman is a NFL experienced coach coming inside Colorado with the offensive player they have coming in and coming back, it should be a stellar, a stellar offense this year. You got Travis Hunter at wide receiver. You got Will Shepherd, the transfer from Vanderbilt. He's going to be a top-notch receiver, go-to guy for Shurmur. And Pat Shurmur will be dialing that offense up for this upcoming year. Also, the running game. We know we got Dylan Edwards coming back. He was a good running back last year. And we got Alvin McCaskill, who's coming off ACL tear last year. So I'm looking for big things from that running back group, and they coming to dominate the Big 12. Now, the key thing for this offense is Pat Shurmur has to get the team in a rhythm. They have to run the ball this year. Now, with the offensive line that Coach Prime has gotten in from the transfer portal, each one of these guys average size-wise 6'6", 330 pounds. Now, if you take that line like that, now I've been looking at the videos from well-off media where they was training with the Marine Corps, and I seen how agile they are. They can move from left to right. They had the speed, even though they were big inside, it looked like they got the speed and looked like they got the hunger, and it's a different vibe this year than it was last year. It looked like they left their previous situation to come to a better situation with Coach Prime. And it looked like Coach Prime is doing everything he can to get them ready for this upcoming season and to further their career going ahead. You know, each one of them want to play in the NFL. So what do? You try to bring somebody in that's been in the NFL to coach these guys up. Hit that like button for me if you don't mind, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that. So Coach Prime doing everything he can, y'all. Everything he can, because he said to himself and to us, this is a season of expectation. Because last year, it really was a bust, y'all. Even though Coach Prime said it was a win-win situation for him, but when you go 4-8, shoot. When you go 4-8, that ain't no good season. Because remember, they started off 3-0, right? Then something happened. We know they lost to Oregon. We know they lost to USC. Now, after that USC game, they had a 20-some point lead into the second halftime, and then they lost that game. Now, when they lost that game, they lost all the confidence they had. They lost the momentum they had. They lost everything when they lost that big lead, that 20-point lead last year to Stanford. That took the drive. All the haters started coming out. And really, I blame that on the coaching. It's all the coaching. Offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, and Coach Prime. He the head coach, right? Yeah. So this year, Pat Shurmur, the offensive coordinator, and whoever he got on the offensive side as a coach, they got to start now giving that playbook out. I don't know if it's illegal against school rules now to give out that playbook. Each player needs to be in that playbook, studying that playbook. Whatever scheme, play calling Pat Shurmur got going on and ready for this year, those guys need that playbook now. The spring game is just around the corner. They start practicing in March, and the spring game is in April. Shoot, y'all, it's February. It's right in the beginning of February. It's February the 9th. So they need to get in that playbook now. I know they're doing their training right now, conditioning and strengthening program right now, which is good. And I like that, not what I saw. Put it down. Hey, what's your expectation for the Colorado Buffalo this coming year and Coach Prime? Put it down in the comment. I think they're going 10-2. I'm 10-2. Let me know what you think their record going to be. Put it in the comment. Don't be ashamed. Put it in the comment. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Coach Prime and Pat Shurmur got to be on one accord, along with the offense side of the ball. Do they need a identity? Do they want to be known as a passing team, or do they want to be known as a running team? Now, with that offensive line that Coach Prime brought in, they shouldn't just use that offensive line just to protect Shurmur and throw the ball all over the field. We know he can do that, but we want to win games. We want to be able to go to a bowl game. We want to be able to not just go to a bowl game. Now, 6-6, people said that's going to be a successful year. 6-6 to me ain't no successful year after you coming out for 4-8. You need to show us. You need to show us and show your team that you're a better team and better coach, Coach Prime, than you put out this year. So me personally, I think you need to go at least 8-4. But I'm saying they're going 10-2 because you just don't know how that game gonna go with Utah. Look like Utah got their number. They just really do because they got a good head coach. And that Kansas game gonna be a good game, and Nebraska gonna be a good game. So those gonna be the key games right there. So Johnny, what's up, Johnny? I agree. Appreciate it, partner. Subscribe to my channel if you don't mind, Johnny. But check this out. Now, if I'm a head coach and I'm putting out all this stuff over social media in the news that I'm the best thing since a Snicker bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best game through a Snicker bar. But if I go 4-8, I consider that, man, embarrassing to my character, to my brand, and everything. So if I'm coming out of last year and coming into this year, I got to do better 6-6. I at least got to go 8 wins and 4 losses because they play a total of 12 games. Johnny said they're going to win 8 games or more. Appreciate that, Doc. I believe they are too. But check this out. Now, 8-4 is all right. It ain't 10-2. 8-4 get you to a decent bowl game, which Colorado needed, right? We know they needed this year. They needed this year. Okay, John, appreciate it. I know that they need a better outcome than that to me. They at least to go 10-2. I think 10-2 will win the conference. And if they win the conference, they in the playoff. That's what Pat Shurmur has to have in his mind and his goals and deliver it to the team. That need to be his message. You know, look at your schedule, which I looked at the schedule. I really just don't see nobody compared to last year. I just don't really see nobody on that schedule that gonna give them a hard time other than Nebraska. Because Nebraska got a pretty good team. They just didn't have no quarterback. But the talk is now they got a good quarterback coming in this year. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that. But check this out. Now that game with UCF, University of Central Florida, I think it is, down there in Florida. I don't know how that game. Somebody said they got a good team, but to me, when I was looking at the videos of them, it just didn't impress me at all. But like I said, I'm looking for big things from Pat Shurmur because Pat Shurmur got the experience of he been in the NFL. He should know how the NFL works, and now he's getting ready to teach young guys how to be a professional and be motivated and be hungry. And if I was listening to watching a video of Pat Shurmur saying this is the most exciting he ever felt getting ready to coach a football team. And he don't coach the pros. He used to be a head coach of the New York Giants in the Big Apple. He used to be a offensive coordinator for Denver Broncos. And now he's the offensive coordinator for the Colorado Buffalo. And he's just said on a video I just got through watching, this is the most exciting he ever been about coaching. Man, that's unbelievable, man, to me. So I'm sure he got big things, big hopes, and big dreams. And I just got through watching the press conference out there at Super Bowl in Vegas with Shurmur. Shurmur said he's worked well and he can't wait to start the season off with Pat Shurmur as an offensive coordinator. Look like they got a connection going on. Look like he understands his philosophies now, and look like Shurmur is ready to get this offensive rolling with Pat Shurmur. Now the offensive line, Caleb Benson, Tyler Johnson. Man, they got some dogs coming in, man. I'm telling you, Shakira Walker, the center from UConn. He a little bit undersized than me, but he 300 pounds, y'all. He kind of on the short side, but this dude, man, I seen the way he work out and the way he was rolling around in there with them Marines in there. Shoot. Go to Well Off Media and look at the video of Shakira Walker and how much bench press he was doing. This dude is a monster, y'all. Hey, hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel if you don't mind while you're here. Let me know how many games you expect Colorado to win this year. I say 10-2. Johnny said he's going to win 8 games or more. That's 8-4. Appreciate it, Johnny. Hey, if you tune in, put it down in the comments. Let me know what you expect that Colorado Buffalo records to be at the end of the year. They play 12 games. But like I said, that offensive side of the ball, and they got some couple tight ends, and it'll be nice that you can, if Pat Shurmur can use the tight end more too. Also, yeah, it would be nice. But like I said, man, I'm looking for this to be a explosive offense this year with Shurmur coming back. He will be in the Heisman running this year, I think. Last year, he threw for almost 4,000 yards with a weak line, a pitiful line. So I'm looking forward for that right there. And the running back, Alton McCaskill. Now, I know he's been injured, right? He got an ACL tear, and it's hard for players to come back there, man. That's with their confidence. You know, you get hit down low, you get hit down below your knees. You think you done messed up your knee again, you know. That'll be a hard blow for a young man who never been through that and just coming off that injury. So if he has his confidence up, according to the video that I see when he was playing in Houston, man, this dude gonna have a breakout year. He gonna have a breakout year. And I'm looking for him to see how he worked this thing. Like I say, Coach Prime has done an excellent job by beefing up the line. He said he was gonna do that, and he did it. And I'm just looking forward to the season start. The spring game will tell us everything we need to know about Colorado. Everything we need to know. Everything. This spring will tell us everything we need to know about them. It really will. So I'm looking forward to that. I think Coach Sherman, Pat Shurmur, he's going to do an outstanding job with this team coming up this year. They're going to establish that run. I believe the running game going to be their identity this year. I know a lot of people don't think so, but I believe Pat Shurmur has talked to Coach Prime and told him what they need to do. I don't think they need to aerate it out like they did last year. The quarterback will get hurt again. Even though they got a good offensive line, I mean, you ain't got the 5 linemen. They send 7, 8 people at you. I mean, you eventually gonna get sacked, or that play it's gonna be a bad play coming. If they rushing 8 and you ain't got the 5 linemen to block, ain't nothing good gonna happen out of that. It just ain't. The numbers don't match up. So that's why they need to get that running game going, play action going, fool the defense, draw the linebackers up, and dump that ball down to your tight end or your wide receiver going across the middle, or to your running back coming out the backfield. That's how you move the ball. That's how you move the chains on the offensive side of the ball, because he has some weapons if this offensive line give him time to throw the ball, which I know they're going to give him time to throw this ball. I'm telling you, man. I know a lot of y'all been watching me lately. I've been doing it live. I had my co-host and Dr. McIntyre on with me. We've been chopping up. I've been knowing Dr. McIntyre a long time, so she's a good friend. I consider her one of my best friends. Yeah, I think if I was to pass away, I think I'll let her do my eulogy. That's how much I think of her. Yeah, because she know me that well. She'll know what to say. Long as she ain't up there crying. Woo. Balanced football should be should get it done. That's right. That's right, sir. That's right. Balanced football wins football game, along with a good defense, and that's why it's important that Coach Prime got that defense coordinator right. Was it the defense coordinator that we were looking for? Nah, I'll be honest, it wasn't. But after looking at his resume, after looking at where he came from, after looking at how long he's been in the NFL, I mean, this guy been in the NFL for 10 years. He only 35. That means he started when he was 25, right? Yeah. So that means he don't spend a lot of time. And I heard he was up under the tutelage of Mike Zimmer. You know, Mike Zimmer just been named the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Ain't that strange? Now, Coach Prime, Mike Zimmer is Coach Prime, one of his friends, and Mike Zimmer was on the staff last year, right? Check this out. Mike Zimmer, I think that's who Coach Prime wants. You remember when Coach Prime was saying, well, we got some coaches up for interview. We got to wait to see how that pan out. It was Mike Zimmer. That's who Coach Prime was going to get to be the defense coordinator. But he had to wait until the interview process with Mike Zimmer. And finally, Jerry Jones hired Mike Zimmer today to be his defensive coordinator. So Coach Prime had to retool and regroup. And Mike Zimmer made the recommendation to Coach Prime, who is his friend, to hire this guy, Robert Leviston, because he was up under Mike Zimmer as the defense coordinator. So that's how that went down. I believe that's my version, how it went down. I think I'm right. That's who Coach Prime really wanted with Mike Zimmer. He was waiting on him, but Mike Zimmer wanted to be in the NFL. That's where the money is. So Colorado just ain't got that money. Colorado ain't got University of Georgia money, University of Alabama money, Michigan, Ohio State money, because Coach Prime just got there. You got to get them time. But that's what probably went on. Colorado didn't want to put that money out like that, and then they end up leaving like the last two assistant coaches left. Remember? Because they had 3-year contract. They only stayed there 1 year. So Colorado is still up under the contract that they got to pay for them two coaches that left, and they ain't even there. And since they didn't have the money for their budget to do that, they didn't want to go out there and just give a guy some more money, millions of dollars. And after the first year, another team come pulling them out, and they're going to hurt them because they really just don't have the money. That's why Coach Meyer had to go with a younger guy, which is a good thing because a younger coach can relate to the younger players better now than the older coaches. You know, I would love to see Rex Ryan have been the defensive coordinator for Colorado, but I don't think he could have relate to him on a personal level at Colorado because they're more young, the age different. You know what I'm saying? So this guy that coming in, Leviston, ain't but 35. He's only 35 years old. So that's why I think that's a good move. And you see now, I was looking on social media, Warren Sapp said he'll be there in March to coach up the defensive line. Can you imagine another gold jacket, a Hall of Famer, coming in to coaching up one of your sons if they was on a Colorado team? How would you think that would make you feel and them feel? You got an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old trying to put that work in and trying to get to the next level to sign that big contract, $1 million, and you got one of the greatest defensive linemen coming in to help you coach, Warren Sapp. Man, you know how that should make them feel? That should get them more eager and more hungrier to put that work in to get to the next level. Because you know Warren Sapp, he going to show them all the tricks to get there, and he going to show them how he did it to get there. So they going to apply that to their everyday life. And if your son was on the team and they go out and do big, Warren Sapp can pick up a call. Hey, man, I used to play for Tampa Bay. You need to look at such and such. Need to look at Johnny's son. Need to look at Angela's son. Such and such son. Yeah, he's a dog. Give him a try. Invite him to camp. Sign him on as a free agent. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the phone call. He got the inside scoop to the inside of the NFL. and then Johnny, your son signed up, and they signed him for $5 million. Here you go, Pop. Here go you $1 million. What? Man, it's all about who you know these days, man. Here you go, Angela. Here you go, Dr. McIntyre. Here go you $1,000. Here go you $1 million. Thank you, Mama, for everything you did. Shoot. Wow, what? Shoot. So like I said, I'm looking for good things, big thing popping. We gonna be rolling. I can't wait till April get here. I can't wait till them tickets go on sale. I'm gonna buy mine. I'm gonna take my camera out there. I'm gonna be interviewing everybody I come in contact to. Ooh, I'm gonna bring y'all the show live out there. I can't wait till spring practice come. What? T.O. gonna be out there. Stephen A. Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, everybody, Fox, ESPN, everybody gonna be in Colorado in April the 27th. Put that date down on your calendar and make plans. We going higher. What? We going higher. We going to the mountain, baby. Life changing. That's right, sir. You're right, Johnny. That's life changing. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Because Coach Prime has turned Colorado Buffalo into America's team. Ain't no Dallas Cowboy no more. Dallas Cowboy ain't America's team no more. Ain't nobody talking about them. It's the Super Bowl. Kansas City, San Francisco 49, ain't nobody talking about that. When I'm on the internet now, and everybody's talking about Colorado. The AP just put out, that's Associated Press, just put out a talking about Colorado. Coach Prime. They ain't talking about Alabama. They ain't talking about Nick Saban, because Nick Saban gone. They off the map now. Ain't nobody talking about that. Kirby Smart just won 2 national championship 2 years ago and he did a good job this year. Ain't nobody talking about Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldog, but nobody but in Georgia. That's it. But the world is talking about Coach Prime. It's right here on the internet. I'm watching it right now. 4 games and everybody talking about it. Yeah, yes, sir. That's right, John. You're right. Everybody talking about Coach Prime right now. Check this out. I was at work doing my job, sitting in the office. My phone rang. I said, man, who is this? I said, oh, this guy on Twitter and YouTube channel. He called me, want me to come on his show live, but I said, man, I can't do that at work right now. He said, man, I said, maybe another time. He was in Mexico, right? On his taking his wife on a trip. They was in Mexico. They was getting ready to go to the beach and they needed a surf. So they went into this store, right? And looking for a surf. It was a sports store that got all the NFL teams logos in there with surf, hats, t-shirts, nothing but NFL. He said he couldn't find a college team or college shirt nowhere. But boy, he said he went to the back of the store. He said he saw about these couples back there they were looking for the same thing he was looking for. He said, man, he turned the phone on the store and he just shining around. He would let me look at it. I seen the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, all had their logos on the surf. But check this out. Only one team, college team, had a surf in there and t-shirt and hats in there. Guess who it was? But Coach Prime don't win international. Colorado Buffalo was the only college team in the store with anything in there. They didn't have no Alabama. They didn't have no Ohio State. They didn't have no University of Georgia. He said they didn't have nobody. But only thing college team that had some stuff in there was Colorado Buffalo. Man, that's amazing. Coach Prime everywhere. Boy, I love it. 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 Coach Prime got people that like him, and he got the haters. Hey, you can't have it both ways. You got to take the hate with the love. You do these days. Yes, you do. And that's probably what keep Coach Prime going. Because he knows some folks out there down him. Because he ain't doing it their way. If I was a head coach, I wouldn't do it nobody else's way either. Because Coach Prime always don't say it. I heard him on the Stephen A. Smith show. Excuse me. Coach Prime said, if I'm going to go down this year, I'm going to go down doing it my way. And damn it, he's doing it his way. Knock on wood, Coach Prime. Keep going. Coach Prime he done succeeded in just about everything he do. Everything he done succeeded at. He done beat the odds and everything. Can you imagine? Check this out. Coach Prime got to be in his 50s. He probably the same age I am. We in our early 50s. Or middle 50s. I was watching Well Off Medium. Coach Prime had that surgery. Man, they cut his toes off, bro. They cut his big toe off and the toe next to it because he had a blood clot, right? And you can see that scar all the way up his leg. He said he was taking 30 pills a day to kill the pain, man. He said he was bleeding out his socks. And now he down to 7 pills a day. He said after around about the third quarter, he said, man, he be hurt so bad. I said, wow, just imagine this guy going through that and trying to coach a football guy with it for his son. Man, I'm telling you, bro. That's something else, man. Can you imagine that walking around with supposed to be 10 toes, you ain't got but 8? And he's showing his videos on Well Off Media about a couple of weeks ago where he was running for the first time. You remember how Coach Prime used to play when he was playing with the Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco 49ers, and the Dallas Cowboys, the way he can run? Boo, 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 whoop, whoop. How you get that interception? What go down that sideline there? Showboat. Do, 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 do. And now, check this out. God blessed him with 10 toes. And then God came back and got 2 of them. And Coach Prime still faithful to this day. He's still faithful to God this day. You don't never hear Coach Prime cursing. I ain't never heard seeing him drink no alcohol. I just ain't never heard that bad about the dude, man. He just wear his shade, wear his jersey, and talk that talk and walk that walk. I mean, and every time you see him, he got a commercial coming out. He had a commercial with Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now he got a commercial. Yesterday I saw on the news with almonds, some kind of almond peanut. But Coach Prime doing it, man. You got to like him or hate him, man. I love the dude. He's a big inspiration to me. But like I say, Coach Prime and the offensive coordinator, Pat Shurmur, they come and dominate the Big 12. They coming to dominate the Big 12. The Big 12 put on notice. We putting them on notice right now. Right now, if y'all listening, Big 12, I'm putting y'all on notice right now. We coming to knock that goddamn door down. Excuse my language. Boom! You don't let us in, we gonna knock it in. We gonna knock the door in. Coach Prime and Pat Shurmur, that offense they get ready to put together, they coming to dominate. 30 points average a game. We coming to dominate. With the offensive line, we come to run the ball and dominate the line of scrimmage. That's what we come to do on the offensive side. Pat Shurmur is putting a scheme together, putting his offensive player together. I'm sure he's watching tapes when he was the head coach at the New York Giants and when he was the offensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos, or what kind of plays that he can inherit and put in for the Colorado Buffalo this year. I really believe that. And that's why I say they are America's team. Everybody's talking about it. And that's why they're going to go 10-2. They're going 10-2. They're going to lose one game unexpectedly, and Kansas, Utah, or Nebraska probably beat them. One of them. Not all of them. Just one of them. And one team going to sneak up on them. Because they're going to be, I'm going to say the word, they're going to be cocky. Going to end up letting the guard down. And when they lose that one game, they're going to refocus. Yeah, because everybody going to be talking about it. ESPN going to be talking about it. Fox News going to be talking about it. ABC. Sports Center, Stephen A, Club Shay Shay, me, Big Dog Chico, Uncle Neely, and y'all whoever out there listening got their podcast gonna be talking about Colorado Buffalo because that's the talk of they are the talk of the time. They're talk right now. They're America's team. They're America's team. We got a president election finna get ready to come on. Ain't nobody talking about Trump no more. Ain't nobody talking about Biden no more. We just ain't. The world ain't stand that what's going on in the world. 5 servicemen, God bless him, died in a helicopter wreck today. God bless him. Overseas. We praying for their family. But the world didn't stop. Ain't nobody talking about it. They still talking about this right here. They still talking about this right here. Coach Prime has officially named his defensive coordinator. Everybody's talking about it. It's all over the media. It's all over the news. Robert Levinson, defensive coordinator. And they have officially named Pat Shurmur as the offensive coordinator. Huh? You tell me. They big time. Coach Prime big time. Everybody's talking about it. Like I say, we're looking at a 10-2 season. 10-2. We should win. We will win the Big 12 conference. And we're going to the playoff. Now, my dream matchup, I'm sure the NCAA want to see Coach Prime. If they win the conference and make the playoff, they want to see Coach Prime in Oregon for that first game. Because that probably that breaks some records. That will. Because you know, Oregon coach, what he said before the game about Coach Prime, they doing it for wins, they doing it for clicks. They want to build off that story. So that the storyline would be great for them if Coach Prime played Oregon in the first round, if Colorado make the playoff. But my dream matchup would be Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo playing my home state team, Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs. Well, I would love to see that matchup. I just want to see how Coach Prime and Colorado line up and play against a SEC team. Yeah, that's my dream matchup right there. I'm serious. I would love to see that, man. I would love to see that since Nick Saban on retired. Yeah, I would love to see that matchup. But me personally right now, I just like Colorado, man. I just hope they get off to a good start and keep that momentum going and Coach Prime be more involved with the offense and the defense. Since he got the headset on, just don't let them other coaches that do out there do anything they want to do. Coach Prime, you wear gold jacket. You got one too. You know football. You don't play it at a high level. If you see something going wrong, call a timeout. Go to your offensive coordinator coach. Go to your defense coordinator and say, hey, this ain't working. This is what I want to do right here. In a game. Because in a game, even though you don't practice all the way up to that game, in a real game, all things change, man. Anything can happen. Anything goes on in a real game. So that's why you got to have a good eye like the head coach, and see what's going on and see what kind of move your team in and look at the things that the defense doing or the offense doing on the other side of the ball and relay that message to your coaches so they can make the adjustment and the changes going forward in the game. You remember when they played UCLA last year? Man, every time that quarterback go up on that Sunday, he take it. Hit the wide receiver. The wide receiver just run five yards, take 5 steps off the line of scrimmage and cut across the middle. They hit it every time. Slant pass every time. Slant pass. I said, damn, how long they gonna let these boys keep doing that play on them? Coach Prime, you defense of the year, player of the year in the Falcons and the 49ers and the Cowboys. You just gonna let them keep throwing that crossing pattern on you? Come on. Stop that. Jam the receiver. Tell your defensive back, Kamani McClain, Travis Hunter, get up and challenge your defense. Yeah, challenge that receiver. Put hands on that receiver. If he get back, tell Shiloh, have my back, because he the safety. He the free safety. If that wide receiver get by that cornerback, if he jamming, that free safety supposed to come over and help him cover that wide receiver. That's football, 1-on-1. Don't let no one receiver just keep beating you. Man, they just kept running that 5 yard down the field, straight across the middle, throwing it over. The defense coordinator last year had no clue. But y'all say he was a good defense coordinator. Yeah, he was trash to me. Can't have it no more. That's right, John. We can't have it no more, John. No more. No doggone more. I don't want to see that no more. Hell, give me the pad. Let me go out there and suit up. Hell, I stop that. Now, we just can't blame it all on the coaches. The players got to take some accountability for this, too. I wouldn't let no receiver just keep beating me across the middle. Jump that route. Yeah, beat me over the top, because that's what Shiloh and the free safety them supposed to be. Look like the defensive coordinator and the defensive coach, defensive back coaches, they should be telling them doing timeout. If you're a position coach, that's your job, to be coaching your players on the sideline. They was over there sitting like this. Some was over there like it cold. I said, man, what's wrong with these coaches? They stood there like it cold, and it probably was cold, but dog, you just don't coach in practice. You got to coach during the game. You supposed to be their mind, their earpiece, and their voice, telling them, say, hey, this is what this guy doing. You got to stop that and tell them what to do to stop it. That's what I'm looking for from this defensive coordinator. Put your players in a position to win. Not just the game, but win every play. Make adjustment at halftime. If the first half ain't going the way you planned the game, you need to make adjustment at halftime. That comes from the head coach and the defense coordinator and the offense coordinator. You got to make changes. You just can't come out there doing the same thing over and over again and expect the outcome be different. It's not. Because a good coach see that you is not coaching your team right, or you haven't made no adjustment, guess what they're going to do? They're going to do the same thing they been doing. Keep running that crossing play. He ain't going to stop. They ain't going to try to stop it. We're going to keep running. I'm picking up 15 and 20 yards every play. Every play. So that's why it's key to that offensive coordinator, Pat Shurmur, to have a plan. And that's why it's key for them to establish the running game. If they establish that running game, that offense will put up 30 points a game. Because a running game keep their defense fresh by staying on the field and keeping them off the field. If you're going out there throwing the ball all over the field and throwing 3 incomplete passes and it's time to punt again, oh man, your defense got to go back out there again. Especially last year, because they just didn't have the depth. They didn't have enough players to rotate to keep the bodies fresh, to keep the players fresh. Because they got to pass, they got to rush the passer. You know how hard it is for a 300-pounder to keep his motor going for a whole game? And ain't got nobody to bag him up. And they run all over the field trying to tackle this man with the ball. I'm telling you, it takes some real dogs to do that. But this year, I think they got some real dogs. They got some bag up this year. They got a first-string line on the defensive side and the offensive side. And they're going to have some depth for a second string. So that's why it's crucial. That's why it's imperative about this spring game. It's going to let us all know what Colorado working with this coming up year. Clock management is the key. It is. That's why, appreciate you, Johnny. That's why it's important that they keep that running game going. If they keep that running game going, time will come off that clock. When they had that 20-some point lead against Stanford, clock management. They were throwing the ball, incomplete pass. Every time the incomplete pass, that clock stopped. That gave that other team time to come back. More possession to score. And Colorado defense couldn't stop it because Coach Kelly, the defense coordinator, didn't have no plan. He stuck with one defense, and they were wearing that tail out there, the other team. They were. So that's why it's key. You establish the running game. You establish the running game. You set the tempo how the game gonna go. Get that running game going. If you ain't got, you need to at least have 3 running backs, fresh, ready to run that ball, ready to run that rock. They need to be in that weight room right now. Right now. Getting stronger, bigger, and faster. Working on agility and that speed. I don't know who that. Somebody said they got another Ricky running back. So I don't know who that other running back is. I know they got McClasker and they got Dylan Edwards, but they said they got another running back. He's I don't know, he's a high school recruit or he's a transfer. I gotta look that up and find out who that other running back. They said he tough in that weight room. I mean, you can be tough in the weight room, but you can be soft on that field because once that other team fouls on that ball, pow y'all. Oh man, that first play gonna set the tempo. Woo, he hit too hard. Shit. Hey, coach, you didn't get somebody else in here because he hit too hard. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That first play of the game gonna send a message to the other team how physical you are. That's why it's important to run that ball on the first play and let that offensive line foul off on that other team. You 6'6", 300-something pounds, you ought to be trying to bury that guy. I was looking at the videos of Jordan Seaton when he was in high school, IMG Academy. Man, boy, he was pile driving on little young boy, man. Can you imagine you 6'6", 300, what, Jordan Seaton, about 350, 330 pounds, going up against an offensive lineman, ain't barely 6 foot, 220 pounds. Boy, when he block him, he just lay on him. He was blocking, he was just lay on. I said, that big old Jordan Seaton, boy. Boy, man, go look at the video of Jordan Seaton, how you were blocking, man. I'll tell you, Johnny, look at the video, man. I said, good gosh, man. I mean, he come out there wide on, boy, running hard. And then you just imagine he playing that Tiger, and they call a pulling play. And this defense on this side, his defense left side, left end, and you that they call a running play with McCaskill, a trap play. You know, a trap play, quarterback fake it to this side, maybe like he's gonna run. He getting that guard and his Tiger this side to pivot, to come around. Just imagine this dude coming around. Just imagine this dude coming around. He's 6'6", 350. You over here 6'2", 220. And this dude running like a freight train. What you think you gonna do? Never finna get pancaked. And boy, that's what he did. He pancaked him, put him in the ground. The boy done ran down the field. Big Jordan Seaton still laying on top of him. Boy, that's football 101. Yeah, he's a man child. That's football 101. Get that running game going and put fear in the others and your opponent's heart. Yeah, put that pressure on them. Get that running game going, Pat Shurmur. Get your running game going, Pat Shurmur. Get your running game going. If you get that running game going, everything else gonna open up for you. It's gonna open up for Travis Hunter, Will Shepherd, and don't forget it. They got another wide receiver. I think his name is LeJontay Weaver. No, LeJontay something. I don't got him. Boy, I was watching the videos of him. Little short guy. This dude is a bad dude, man. He got the speed and everything. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, this gonna be an exciting season for Colorado because the hype is already started. Can you imagine? Now, the championship game was a month ago, right? A month ago. We still talking about football, man. College football. That's how exciting this thing is, man. Man, I'm telling you, Coach Prime don't put the stuff in the atmosphere. Can you imagine what them other coaches doing? They talking about Coach Prime behind his back to other players so they won't go to Coach Prime. They scared of Coach Prime, man. They scared of him. See, Coach Prime didn't come through the rank like they did. Coach Prime came off his name. He came off his name because he got that energy. He got the energy and he got that star power behind his name. He popular. He just popular. Some folks got it, some ain't, man. That's just life. That's part of life. Some folks got that, they make the needle move and some don't. And when I was looking at when they was out there, the NFL honors, man, you see all the people that are around Coach Prime, man, the owners, Jerry Jones, all over. Yeah, Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, all over. Shador went up and told him, said, hey, you got to draft me and my boys. Coach Prime's up there talking to Pierce, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. Coach Prime was talking to him, said he was glad that he got the head job. He liked the things that he did last year, but Coach Prime at the end of this remark told the coach, only thing I asked you to do. I got one more thing I want to ask you to do. And man, Coach Pierce said, what is it? He said, draft my two boys. He said, draft my two boys. Coach Pierce said, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I like that, man. I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, that year-round talk, man. I really like that. Hey, do me a favor, hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you don't mind, if you're tuning in. I'm gonna be here about 10 more minutes. I'm going off. But like I say, man, I'm looking for Pat Shurmur to do some good things for the offense. I'm looking for Colorado to go 10-2, win their conference, and make this playoff run. Now, I caution you that what I'm looking at, it gonna depends on that defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side, it gonna depends on the running game. Pat Shurmur got to establish that running game, which I believe he's gonna do after what he saw last year. All right, now, the NFL is watching Pat Shurmur also too. Now, they watching him also too to see how he gonna coach, how he gonna do, and if he do good, he can go get him another job in the NFL. Coach Prime probably paying him $1 million. An NFL team gonna pay him $5 million. You're looking at a $4 million deal. It's on the line. Hey, that's numbers. Numbers fact. That's what it is. It is what it is. So, if he got to establish that running game, that's going to decide their season. And on the other side of the ball, can your defense stop the other team running game? And that's where this new defensive coordinator and coach Warren Sapp come into play. If this head coach, defensive coordinator, is a specialist for the defensive back and safety coach, he got that part of the team. And Warren Sapp take care of the defense line, and they have Ray Lewis in there mentoring the linebackers, this could be a special unit. But the key is Coach Prime. He just went online and posted, I ain't hard to find. And we know what that means. He's sending a message. Coach Prime smart. Like I said, he know how to use social media. Coach Prime sending a message to the players that can still eligible to jump in that portal. Alabama still eligible. Michigan, Washington, they all got players that still eligible to jump in that portal. And Coach Prime went on Instagram and Twitter and said, I ain't hard to find. He let them know. And he really talking to UCLA players. Because you know what just happened, right? Their head coach, Chip Kelly, resigned just a while ago from being the head coach at UCLA, and they put the works on Colorado this year. So that's a plus for whoever gonna play them. Chip Kelly used to be an NFL coach and a good offensive coach, right? So he just resigned from UCLA and took the offensive coordinator job at Ohio State. Yeah, I'm looking at that. I see that. So now, Coach Prime knows UCLA has some dogs on the team. UCLA has some dogs on the team, on the offensive side and defensive side. You remember that wide receiver, that big old dude who was getting Travis Hunter to work? That's who they need. Coach Prime need one of those dudes. And on that defensive side, them two brothers, them two twins, Coach Prime sending a message, I ain't hard to find. Imagine Coach Prime get two of them brothers and he get that wide receiver, we talking about 12-0 then. You heard it right here. If Coach Prime get that big old wide receiver, go back and look at the game when UCLA played Coach Prime there and see that number, I think number 80, 81 or 80, put that thing on Travis Hunter. He kept catching. He caught about 10 balls straight. If Coach Prime can flip him and get him in that transfer party and put him over there with them, and you remember that them two twin brothers playing on the defensive side, one played linebacker, what they need, and the other one played the defensive end. Look at the video of the game, y'all. UCLA, the two twin brothers. If Coach Prime can get all three of those players, it's a wrap, y'all. It's a wrap. Hell, I can go coach them. All you gotta do is pull them out there and say, sick them. Go get them, boys. Them boys can hunt. Them twins put that work in, Johnny. They put that work in on them. I saw it. I was watching the game. I said, man, what? Boy, they were killing Shurmur. Can you imagine? Shurmur, since Shurmur is a younger guy, and him and Shiloh young, and them guys that young, they all be trying to hit them guys up on Instagram. I'll be in their DM, man, come and play for my dad. Man, how much you want? Huh? How much you want? Hell, I got about $5 million. Hell, I'll send you $500,000. That'll get you here. Do whatever it takes for you to sign that NFL contract. Because if you go in the first round, you will make more money than anybody else after you. That's the key. But you got to win games. You got to win games, y'all. You got to win games for those NFL teams to invest in you. They ain't finna invest in everybody with no 4-8 record or 6-6. They just gonna get the main star. That's the quarterback and the wide receiver, Travis Hunter. Well, they got some offensive line. That's where Pat Shurmur coming in. They got a good running back. You got to showcase them. You got to put them in a position to win. If you put them in a position to win every play, then they name gonna get started floating out there. Travis Hunter, Alvin McCoskey, Johnny, Angela, Bob, Tom. If they get more exposure there, not just on social media, you got to watch the game tape, because whatever you put on the game tape is what them scouts looking at. Whatever you put on the game tape, that's what them owners looking at. Whatever you put on the game tape, that's what them position coaches, the scouts, the head coach, everybody's gonna be looking at. And if you put on a good tape, like Jordan Seaton that putting on a good tape, he floating them videos out there where he pancaking them boys. People are looking at that. That's why he gonna go high in the draft. Jordan Seaton. Now, he's young now. This gonna be his first season playing in Power 5 football. Now on the other side of the other team, defensive side, now some boys got more experience than this dude gonna have, and they probably gonna be bigger and faster than him. Now I was watching some of his tapes. Now he got some flaws in the game. His feet are quick. I don't think he's strong enough. I was looking at him when they was in that All-Star game at practice. Them guys kind of pushed him around a little bit, like they were pushing him back too far on the quarterback. But once he got back and got his hope, he stood his ground. But coming out the ball, that defensive end was coming out the ball, he kind of pushed Jordan Seaton back in the quarterback. I said, oh, he need to work on his strength, his upper body strength. Now his footwork was good because he was getting that. Yeah, he can move. He can move. He can shuck and jack. He can move. For a big man, 6'6", 330 pounds, Jordan Seaton can move. He got good feet work. He light on the feet, but his upper body strength, because they were getting up under the pads and pushing him back. Now he got to hit the weight room to get that up. Might not can't get it up like he wanted to the first year, but after that, the second years, because he a freshman, right? He could be probably going up against juniors and seniors. See, next year, them seniors gonna be gone. He'll be his second year sophomore, and he have more maturity, more strength that he can really compete then. He gonna be showing up a dog then. Oh yeah. Yeah, he gonna be showing up a dog, because you gotta remember, Coach Prime brought in a new offensive line coach. Yeah. I think his name Lodenholt, from Oklahoma. Cause he used to play in the NFL. He played in the NFL for 11 years. So he brought him in as a new offensive line coach. That gonna help Jordan C too. It's gonna help him. Not only just Jordan C, it's gonna help the rest of the players too, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to me before you go. Appreciate you. But I'm telling you, I'm looking for big things, man. Big things, big things, big things. On that defensive side of the ball, if you're tuning in, check out this dude named Shadendos. Shadendos. I think he's from overseas somewhere. Man, just check out the video. This dude in the weight room. This dude been pressing 500 and 600 pounds like it ain't nothing. Boy, he just throwing it up like it ain't nothing. Now, 6'6", I think he's 6'6", 350. Yeah, Shedendo. Man, check it out. Check out, go to Well Off Media, and they're gonna be showing him Shedendo. I can't pronounce his last name, but the first name is Shedendo. Look at this guy and tell me if he ain't a dog. He's a dog. He's a dog, y'all. I'm serious. Like I said, I'm looking for big things, man. I got to get out of here. I got a couple things I got to do. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thanks for watching Sport Talk with B. Watts Entertainment. I will be coming back tomorrow. I'll probably take Sunday off, but I'll be back right here tomorrow doing my live show in the morning at 9 a.m. I hope you tune in with me. But you have a good night and y'all be safe. And I thank you for staying up and tuning in to me. Y'all be blessed as well as your family. We're going to keep supporting Coach Prime, and we're going to continue to lift him up. We're praying for his health. We hope he heals. We're just going to be on rock and roll with him, whether he win or lose. I'm with them until the wheels fall off. I am. I'm a bandwagon fan. I'm going to stay there. I ain't ashamed of it, and I'm going to keep rooting for him. Go Buffs! Peace out, y'all. Be blessed. Thank you for tuning in. I really do.